Okay, guys, back at you with the Redcat shredder. Did a little upgrading on this thing, as you know. Get some of this stuff out of here. I'm just getting them. It's late. Just wanted to show you guys a little something before I get out of here. Well, here's my fan set up, but you had to take that off to get the motor on. But I did end up making a mistake actually with this. Whereas though trying to get this off, well, no, it wasn't a mistake. I guess they put Loctite on the heat sink, and I mean strip the screws. Not even the right fit would go on there. So to get the heat sink off, which locks the motor in. But what I did actually was took this Leopard motor here, 2000 kV, and put it in. And actually, it works. Now, right now, I'm waiting on to get it out. I actually screwed it off and just flexed a little and bent it off, and it snapped right off. So what I do have is the bottom underneath that's there, which I can actually show you. Let me see. Oh, it's kind of in there, so that lets me know that's, well, I'm not going to snatch that out, but let me see. Yeah, it's in there. I gotta wiggle it out. Scratching my motor for you guys, but just to let you see. Well, no, I can't get that out of there that easy. But you get the idea of what it's like. I have to set that back again. But yeah, it fits. It's a little tight right now. All right, there you go. It's back on and in. Okay, now that's solid as it's gonna get. So what I did was took out the old ESC setup, which was a 80 ECS 4S, and swap that out with a hexfly 6S system. Now, what I'll end up having to do is just maybe, I was thinking about this. Now, only thing that I see with this is the only batteries I see that has these connectors in 3S is the hexfly. I've been checking online. I got to check eBay and all of those things now. But that's one thing that I have been seeing. Now, with that being said, as far as I'm going to start from back and work my way to front, you were going to have to, maybe for the 3S to fit in here, I would just maybe chop these down here. Just take this section out all the way down to the bottom. If you have to, take the battery plate out, or if you have some extra battery plates from something that holds a 3S that'll fit, and you want to customize away. But you'll have to cut these off to get a 3S in there. The ECS, I mounted everything like just whereas though I'm trying to protect from water from getting in. So I have the power button back here where I can just easily reach up under and just hit it. I actually used the tape, and it's pretty sturdy. It's on there. I just actually gave it a little weight. But what I'm going to do is maybe put it on a mount and drill a hole through this here, and then screw it onto the mount and, do my own little solution to that to hold that down. I felt as though this was the safest place for my ECS to be, actually, so it can get a lot of air. I was basically thinking up here somewhere, but I didn't want it there at all. As far as weight-wise, it was a good idea to keep the front down because I really don't want it to wheelie. I want it all forward to the ground. I ain't time for that showing off. That wheelie ain't crap. That's wheeling is overrated to me. But I was going to mount it here, but instead I chose to leave that space empty, and I was going to put my receiver here, which is a good spot. I was going to bag that or flex seal, one or the other. I'm thinking flex seal because it hasn't steered me wrong yet. So flex seal and a piece of maybe tape around it, and that'll just seal it right up. When you need these, you can easily just poke a hole right through the tape and just set it. You know, when you want to set your, bind your ECS or do whatever else you need to do. Bind your receiver, whatever else you need to do. These connectors, they come pre-soldered. They come tamped. So, I was just trying something out with these clamps. They're not going to hold. So what I'm going to end up doing is soldering the cables on to here and here. They have a 3-prong cable too. So I'm thinking about actually just plugging those two in together, getting those, the yellow casing, that one. They have that in 3-prong. So I was thinking about going with that for this here, since I'm going to go with it for these here. Because I'm thinking I want to run a different type of battery. I don't want to stress the batteries. So I want to go up a little. So yeah. And then mount my fans back here with a little bit of glue. I had to take them off to get to this here. And I just actually put a little pressure. They came off, but be careful. Because this plastic, once you start putting glue on it, it will snap. So just a little twist, a little But as far as riding, it will not come off. So another thing that I had to do, I don't know if you guys see this or not. See that little grinding job I had to do right there in that area? Now I didn't have my, I just took a grinder to it. I don't have my table set up yet, which that table will be set up. And I have a hand sander, a little small little, I can show you actually. Have little sanders and tools and things like that there. There's a grinder. I just was messing around. I was going to try it and just grind away at that metal piece. And there's the drill I use really to make holes and all. And this is the sander here. This is a good brand. I use this basically to make holes for the bodies. If I want to maybe smoothing out something on anywhere around the body, holes for lights. I'll have a demo on that too coming up because I'm thinking about putting lights on the shredder. But yeah, like I said, just the whole little workshop. These are really like the basics you would need. Everything is here except I would say my the diff lock and little kits, things like that. Blow dryer, dry and paint, flex seal, whatever, lights for extra lighting, glue guns, soldering gun, and the cutting knife. I don't like using that. I like using just either or. I don't like that having to change out bits and using bits for this that have this type of material on it. No, like a fresh gun for a fresh bit. So, like I said, spare tools and things like that. All right, so now back to this guy here. So once I just shaved that back a little here, it slid right in. And hold on, and I'm gonna give you a comparisons. Now, this is my earthquake. Wait a minute, did I put that back together? Yeah, that's my earthquake. See, same. Now that's a little more in, and now also too, I have room to adjust this to take this outward underneath. So when it's time, I'll just loosen screws. Once I get the other piece, put that together and just kick it out some. So And that's what I was looking at on that. Now, another thing I was checking on too was my Terremoto. And on everything that I have as far as motor sound, and everything has a slight unique sound, but you can pretty much tell when the gears that this is my Terremoto. That's that. Now, you know, I was looking at the pause in it, but it seems kind of good as far as stoppage. Now, then you get that slow cog. Now, with that, one thing that I'm gonna try to do right quick, which I did with everything but this. Everything is fresh on this shredder, so take some of my glue, my grease here, just give it a little dab too. And I didn't tighten anything up, so I'm just gonna say, just give it a slight little dab. Not nothing crazy that's gonna sling around, just to grease my gears a little. See? Now you see the difference in the sound. And people say do not do that, but I have to get that little screw out of there here. Can't get to it. And that goes to the heat sink. And that's it. Now I have heat shrink cord in there. So there it is. That's it. I just brought everything back in the basement. I was upstairs. But yes, that will come off. But just to glaze it, yeah. That's the sound of that one. And it went up and stopped, came back. So that little motion is what I usually look for in all of their cars. And stop. Okay. This Terremoto. Good. Now, again, it's just my little theory on this when it happens, because I know I'm just, here we go. And this may keep going because this has the smoothest. Huh, there it is. So, you guys can give me your opinion on that, on how that goes. But like I said, it stays. And also too, I have the other half of this somewhere around here, and it fits on snug. But like I said, to get it off, I had to bend it, so I had to sacrifice that piece to get to this motor in there. Now, when you put the motor in, you have space to deal with from front to back. But to get it in, don't try to just squeeze it up under and take this completely apart, because you're going to need about maybe this much space. So just take it apart. And usually all you really have to do is just unscrew one side. And that's where I had the problem at. It was this side that was too tight, locked tight, whatever, however. So I had to end up snapping it off. So, yeah. So that piece will be in soon. And I'll put that on and clamp it on, and it'll stay the same. And there it is. Now, what a lot of people were saying about this here is, I mean, with the pinion or the gear pin, I call it just that. It's on the motor. It's on the motor. It's on the gear. Motor gear. Okay, that's not for me. But people were going down on this. Now, instead of going down on the original a gear that comes in the whole setup, and all you end up doing is changing a motor, that's why I was saying maybe take some of the punch out. With the punch, you'll still get the same top speed, but you just won't take off as fast. So it's not going to just chew that up. So everything is just original. You just really gave it a higher KV and more power from the ESC. And it's just going to just run through regularly. Only difference is more torque, more power between here and here. That contact is going to be more. So that was my reason for taking out the punch a little bit. Now, if I have to, I just go up and just trim it down just a little. I don't have to just gun it. So that'll be good too. So in order to get this Leopard motor, the Leopard 482 in here, you're going to have to take a grinder and mark your spot. This is right there at the hole. And really, all in all, this is the main issue. It's this. So if you can take the area and just grind that back some, and you're going to have to hit this corner here. You're going to have to hit this corner just a little with some kind of sander, small little, maybe, like I said, a rotating sander, small one, and just get in there and just hit it down just a little. And this is what you end up with. And it is snug. It's not a loose fit. Like, I'm trying to let you get, I'm trying to get an angle for you. It's snug. And also still have room to go in more too if it's not snug enough. So plenty of room to go in more. So it's not the end of this. When the piece comes, I have a nice setup for you guys, and it should be a nice run for you when I get those batteries. But I'm just debating on the connectors. I want to get off of the Deans because I think the Deans will melt. So no Deans connectors for me on this one here. I'm just not too trusting in that. And I wouldn't advise anybody else. I have Deans melted on a 3S, pushing 20 what's that, a 120 amp. So, and also I was thinking about these two here, but they are not deep enough. I would need something way bigger than this here to get that on there and clamp that down with the connection it's supposed to have. So like I said, I'm thinking about going with the yellow connectors and just putting them on and connecting them into here, connecting the batteries here, same heat levels coming in and out of this area. So once I connect these with the yellows, put the yellow connectors on and these yellow connectors on, it's no different, shouldn't be no difference. Now, this is what I had before, if you want to see. Try to get things out of the way. So the difference in the can size. Like I said, same pen. Okay. And I sort of cleaned up some. And here is the ESC. So, same connectors and all. Me just trying to line it up. Okay. So this is the old ESC. The new ESC. $4S. This one's a 6S. I can run 4S on this. Up to 6S. LiPo. To 12S nickel. This 4S. 4S all the way around. And motor. Difference in the size. Same op pen, but that's it. wider and a little longer. Same gear pan. The old setup. I just keep it in the same box so I know what was what. So and everything is still factory here, whereas though that gear is still tight in the factory, you know, however they had it. Now, with this here, my fan set up, which I actually can put that on once I get the the other half of the heatsink. So I have a spare piece of the heatsink too, so that's a plus. And servo 20, which is good. I think I'll burn it out in a little while, so I'll end up with a 20, getting a 25. And there's the setup. Okay, guys, catch you guys later. Like, subscribe. Like I said, if you hear anything different or anything that concerns you under this, post. All right, guys. Custom built for play go mode. Philly, we out here.